Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I bring you to a local park to collect some flower seeds. So let's go. I've made a lot of videos showing you how to collect the seeds from different flowers, both annuals as well as perennials. What I'll do is make a link to that playlist down below. Also, if you're ever looking for a specific type of video, you can always hit the little magnifying glass on my page and you can do a search on something like impatiens or coleus, because I have a lot of videos of not only collecting the seeds of different flowers, but also how to start those seeds if you want to start them, let's say, indoors or using the winter sowing method. I'll be making a lot of videos showing you how to collect the seeds from different plants, so be on the lookout for that. Worth mentioning, notice all these white begonias here. These were plants that I didn't buy. They were plants that I started from seeds, and they were from seeds that I collected the previous year. You can do the same thing in your yard. It saves a lot of money and it's a lot of fun. So let's go back to a few days ago when I went to this beautiful park very close to my home. I'm in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and this is the entrance to some of the very formal gardens here at Prescott Park. This is one of my favorite gardens here in New Hampshire, and I wanted to bring you along to just see how pretty it is here. And what I like about this park is that every year the theme is different. The choice of plants is different, which makes it just so very interesting. When I was here last year, I asked them if I could collect the seeds of the plants here, and the groundskeeper said, of course, not a problem. So it's a great place for me to come and not only enjoy the beauty, but to collect seeds. You can see there are a lot of perennials, and then there are a ton of annuals. And I love how they layer everything. There's black-eyed Susan, lots of coleus. I believe wishbone flower is the name of the purple flowers there. Well, you know I love my begonias. Very beautiful wax begonias. Another type of coleus. I love the contrast in color. The pink-colored flower, we have some perennial tall phlox. There's some ribbon grass, nice variegated grass. So many dahlias here, lots of different colors. We have some hosta in the center here around the tree. Around the corner here, there's a fountain, and we have Gora, which is a perennial here in New Hampshire. I call it a tender perennial. Some beautiful bedding petunias. These purple and white colored flowers, that's Browallia. So come with me, I want to show you how to collect the seeds from some of the plants that are here. We're going to start with the Browallia, which is right down over here. Right here, this is what the bud of the flower looks like, the flower bud. all of these right here. This is what the blossom or the bloom looks like. Once the blossom has faded, that's what it looks like when it's starting to go by and eventually turn into a seed pod. When you want to look for the seeds of the Browallia plant, you want to look for a seed pod that's turned a brown color. You usually can find that at the bottom or the base of the plant, but I can tell you that these plants have not gone to seed yet. But I made a video last year showing you how to collect the seeds from a Browallia plant. I'm going to go ahead and show you that clip right now. The seed pods were found at the base of the plant. I saw the beautiful flowers, and when I lifted the flowers up, that's where I saw the seed pods. And what you're looking for when you're collecting the seed pods is you're looking for more of a brown color. If they are a dark green, that means the seed pods are producing, but they're not ready to be picked yet. And if you pick them too early, that means the seeds inside will not be ripe or viable. And the seeds, you can notice, are a brown color. What you're looking at now is just a close-up shot at what the seeds as well as the seed pods look like for the Browallia plant. I like to use a kitchen colander when I am separating the seed shaft or the pods from the seeds. This method works really well, especially when you have seeds that are small enough to fall through the mesh wire, but that have seed pods that are large enough that will be collected in the top part of the mesh wire. And I like to take the seeds and just basically move them around with my fingers like this in a back and forth motion. And that crushes up the seed pod and it allows the seeds to be released. And you can see there is the shaft from the seed pods. And if you look carefully, you will see the little teeny tiny seeds at the bottom of the bowl. Now you know I love my begonias, tuberous and wax begonias. Over here is a wax begonia, and I can tell you I don't have this particular type of wax begonia. I have ones that have the green leaves that are the taller variety, but I don't have ones that have this blush pink color to them. So I want to go ahead and collect the seeds, and I'm going to show you how I do that. This is what the flower bud looks like. And once the flower bud opens, you end up with the blossoms or the flowers. And they look just like this. Aren't they pretty? Like I said, they're white with a little bit of blush pink to them. These right here, they look like little angel wings. These are the seed pods, but notice the color. They're like a light green color. That means they're not ready to be picked yet. You want to wait until they turn more of a brownish color. See this right here, this brownish color seed pod? That's what we're going to go ahead and pick. And if you were to open this up, you would see all the little seeds in there. I'll go ahead and show you that next. To remove the seeds from the seed pod, what you want to do is basically just crack open the seed pod like this. When you do that and you just start shaking it around, you'll notice that the seeds are released from the seed pod. I have to tell you, the seeds are like dust. That's what I tell a lot of people. And don't be intimidated by how small and dust-like these seeds are. It's amazing. These little seeds will still produce a big, huge flower for you. And there's a nice close-up shot at what the seed pod as well as the seeds look like. And notice how small those seeds are next to the US dime that's nearby. What we have over here are petunias. Now keep in mind with a lot of plants, including petunias, when you collect the seeds and you start those seeds and the seeds germinate, you end up with flowers, there's a chance that the flowers will not look exactly like the original plant that you collected the seeds from. I'm okay with that because a lot of the plants that I'm growing are just for my home garden. I'm going to take you in closer so I can show you what to look for when collecting petunia seeds. These are all flower buds. That means that they are going to turn into the flowers, which are right over here. And look how pretty this petunia is. This right here is a flower that has gone by, but notice it has not created a seed pod just yet. Even though it's green on the outside, you'll see on the inside, there's a brown color little pod in there. That's the seed pod. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pick off the seed pod so I can show you what the seeds look like. To release the seeds from the petunia seed pod, all you want to do is just crush the brown seed pod in your fingers like this. And when you do that, you'll easily release all the seeds from there. And if you didn't want to keep all this extra seed material, which is called the seed shaft, you could definitely use your kitchen colander to separate the seed from all of this material here. And notice I have a dime here so you can see how small the seeds are compared to the US dime. I also have a small Ziploc bag. I always like to put the name of the plant, the color, where I collected the seeds from, as well as the year that I collected the seeds, because you want to know how old your seeds are that you're storing. This piece of paper is folded in half. I like to funnel the dry seeds from the paper into the Ziploc bag. You can use whatever you want. I like to use the Ziploc bags. The key is to make sure that your seeds are completely dry, and always store your seeds in a cool, dark, dry location. And here's a nice close-up shot at what the seed pods as well as the seeds look like. I am so excited. I collected a ton of seeds that day while I was in Portsmouth, but I didn't want this video to be too long. So I'll be making a bunch more videos showing you other seeds I collected on that day. And before we end the video, I wanted to mention, see the hanging basket over here, as well as all the plants in the ground over here, the annuals like the impatiens and the coleus. They were all started from seed, again, from seeds that I collected last year. So I know that if I can do this, so can you. It is super easy to do. And more than anything, it's very rewarding being able to grow your own plants from seed. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if there's a particular plant you're trying to find the seed from, let me know. Maybe I have a video and I can share that with you. Until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.